Mark, not the result we would have wanted tonight. What did you make of the performance?
It was a slow start from us. All the attributes we needed to show in a really tough place to come on a Tuesday after our second travel in a week. We needed to start a lot more aggressive, a lot more intent in what we wanted to do, and we were startled. And once you give a team the ascendancy like that, and they sense that little bit of half-heartedness in our performance, and then they were cheered on by a big bank behind there as well, and then all of a sudden we looked a little bit startled at the first bit, and it took us a while to find our feet, and unfortunately we were masters of our own downfall. So both goals were poor from our side. Having said that, then you're thinking, all right, this is a test. Let's see what they're like now. It hasn't started well. How will we respond and react? And as a half grew, we sort of got back, sort of gathered ourselves, found ourselves a little bit, and got back to what we were looking to try and do before the game in our team talk. We got back a little bit more on script, and then we had a lot of good actions in their box, and some, they're very athletic, very quick at the back, and some great recovery tackles from them, and it just stopped us at the final moments. But at least we ended the first half strong, so I was pleased with the way we reacted to a poor start. Weren't happy with the start, but obviously happy with the reaction. And in the second half we needed that goal, and unfortunately we didn't put enough pressure on that back line. But again, it's just final pass, like I said, some excellent recovery tackles from them just stopped us, and if that got that goal, you don't know. But if you take the start out of it, then we probably stayed with them. But like I said, we're learning more about each other all the day, all the time, and that was a good learning curve for us. Now if we stay humble and we learn from it, then hopefully we'll be stronger going forward, and that's what it's about at the moment. It's certainly a learning exercise for us all, me most importantly, and when we lose it's my fault, so I probably didn't get them to believe in the game plan enough before the start. Had to remind them during the game, and fair play, we got ourselves going again. So yeah, pleased with some reactions, disappointed with some bits, but like I said, probably more aware about the group now and learning more about them all the time.
31 travelling terrors made their way here today. How important is that support both home and away?
Yeah, fantastic. It's brilliant, and like I said, the start was probably everything we didn't want, but again, the fans singing and cheering, and that helps us push us on, and we had to show resilience and fight, for ourselves, but also our fans and the badge. And I'm glad we didn't fall away. We gave it everything, that is for sure. Again, I have to praise the lads' attitude and the application. Unfortunately, we suffered a couple of knocks as well, so we are getting a little bit threadbare and enforced changes again. We had one on Saturday, we've had two today, and they're all to key players. So again, the lads that finished the game done well, that we take the start out of it, and it was a fairly even game for the rest of it.
Like Saturday, the scoreline wasn't down to a lack of effort. You changed a few in the lineup today. Is that part of your whole assessment period as you come into the club?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. Coming to the end of a gruelling season, and we've got a lot of games ahead of us, and like I said, a lot of travel and other bits, so we are trying to look after the players the best we can, because like I said, we're picking up these, if you're pushing people through the pain barrier, or in there a little bit in the red zone, we might not have enough players to finish the season with, so we've got to be careful with everyone. But again, that plays into my hands a little bit, is I get to look at everyone, so it's a bit of both. Some are enforced, some are to keep the energy high, especially in a game like this. So yeah, like I said, the assessment mode is in full swing. One
player that you did bring in to start today, Ben Winterburn, he was substituted due to injury. Is there any update you can give us on him?
Yeah, unfortunately he's had a quite nasty twist of his ankle, and that's a real shame, because we saw him for half an hour the other day, and again, he would have been so much stronger for this game as well. He was going well in the game, he was getting stronger as it went on, and it's a shame, yeah, because there's so little left of the season. I don't know if we'll see him again, which is a real shame for us.
You have a session on Thursday, of course, with the lads. What preparations will go in there to try and, as you mentioned, with the game plan, to try and get them to maybe believe in that a bit more and get something in our next match? Yeah,
look, the attention turns to the next game. Learn, like I said at the start, be humble and learn from these experiences. slightly frustrating for me at the moment is that I can't quite get out and work them how I'd like to work them on a training pitch, and that's the bit I want. You know, as a manager, I want training time. I want time with these lads to refine and go over these bits. But ultimately, you know, how many can train on Thursday after all these games and the games ahead is going to be difficult. So it's probably more their professionalism, their recovery, and we're just going to have to go with the flow. Unfortunately, I can't quite get the work in, and too many messages, it's mixed messages at the moment, and maybe I gave them a little bit more instruction today, and maybe that's what was the cause for the first 10-15 minutes, so I have to look at that myself. But having said that, when we did respond and we did do that, we started getting a lot more of a foothold in the game. So yeah, it's not ideal at the moment, but that's when we learn a lot more about ourselves.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.